No doubt there's a pretty swift transition from warm fall weather to frigid cold and whatever the heck it is we're experiencing now. But as that transition begins, we get to think about ice fishing. So Jason Matity joins us this morning. You got to be loving this.
Well, you know, it's interesting. When I look back when you've had me on last November, I believe we were talking
It was like 18 degrees.
Yeah, we were talking about the boat, getting, you know, the last run-in and stuff. Well, that didn't happen this year. Pretty much as soon as Halloween hit, November 1st, boom, done, winter, over. You know, so meaning over to the open waters.
How do we get ready for ice fishing?
Well, I think the really big thing is that before we dive into that, I think it's really important that we get these colder years because we have fish species like ciscos, whitefish, lake trout. They're fall spawning fish, unlike pike in the spring. So they need this cold weather to survive and be productive and make more of them and be happy fishes in their lakes. Because if it's too warm for too long, they don't survive. And then that causes great problems in the lake because they're a very, very important food fish. Think of them as the filet mignon to pike and walleyes. They are like the premium steak, whatever your favorite meal is, you know, and they make fish get really big. So they need this cold weather in order to complete their life cycle. So there's a little bit of a early morning biology lesson for you.
Great. I love biology. I also love ice augers.
Yes. Well, and, you know, everybody, you mentioned to me on break, it's like, where's your power auger? Where's the one with the motor on the end? Well, this is a nice little 4-inch auger. This is what you want to use at this time of year when the ice is thinner, where we're talking 4 or 5 inches of ice. So that's where you can get away with it. But I mentioned when the ice is thinner. If you're going out at this time of year, first ice, everybody sometimes wants to be the hero. I got out before you, I went out and blah, blah, blah inches of ice. Well, it's very clear on the government website, saskatchewan.ca/fishing, that it's 4 inches minimum before a single person should go on the ice. I'm more comfortable with 6 to 8 inches, Daryl. I won't even think about driving anything but myself out on the ice until it's over a foot. So if you're going out on your own, you take one of these nice big chisels and you chip your way out and you check.
That's how we're knowing it's safe.
Okay. That's how you approach it at first, okay? Good idea to wear your life jacket just in case. These things, well, they have them for your feet, which is what I have here. These ones actually go on your forearms. So if you end up slipping through, you can have some grip and pull yourself out. I know this is sounding a little scary this morning, but it's really, really important.
But these are things that people don't always think about.
The people just go, and they walk out. And the other thing is don't go by yourself. You know, these are all the other things. And what's really important, too, is this has got a chipper on the end, too, that you can check the depth. But this also has the inches of ice, or the depth, punched right in. It's going to be really right there. I think the camera can kind of see it, but you can measure it. So you know, okay, if it's 4 inches, that's good enough for Jason. If it's 6 inches, it's good enough for the entire CTV morning crew to come with me, right? You know, so that's how you know a little bit of safety. And as I say, because the ice is thinner this year, you can get through it fairly quickly with the old hand crank. And because you're walking and not able to drive, you want to go light. You don't want to be carrying 1,000,000 pounds of things to go on the ice.
Right, and you kind of touched on it, but why the cold is so critically important this time of year?
Well, yeah, it's really, the good thing is we kind of had that snow and then it got cold on us like last week. And I strongly recommend when we have double-digit lows like we've been having and no snow on the ice, that helps to penetrate into that ice and actually form ice, right? If we had this much ice and then got a foot of snow on top, that can be disastrous because it'll actually push the ice below the surface of the lake water. And then it makes it really hard to freeze safely when you have that going on. So all I can say is, and this is hard for me, but be a little patient, let the cold do its work and build that ice for you before you go out.
And that website, if people have questions?
Yeah, go to getfishing.ca anytime, 24 hours a day. And we have a brand new video going up today about ciscos. We had this wonderful opportunity to capture them staging and spawning.
Great stuff.
And so if you're bored one day, take a look at that.
Head over to getfishing.ca.
Cool video.
Get out on the lake, but do it safely. This is Jason Matity, our fishing expert. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you.